My parents wanted to disown me. Welcome to another video. This is another defining moment, day 2 of the speaking challenge, where I'll be sharing with you one defining moment in my life. And today is a heartbreaking moment of when my parents wanted to disown me. Now, before we get into the video, if you like this video, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel. I'll be sharing more of these defining moments with you in the next 29 days. My parents wanted to disown me. So this is something that happened when I was at university. I was in the 3rd year of university of actuarial studies. I was studying actuarial studies at the University of Melbourne. And 3rd year of university, I was sick and tired of this course. And it was not something I could see myself doing in the near future. You know, in 5 years' time, I did not see myself doing actuarial studies, being in that industry, doing that job. I was exhausted of that course. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. It was something that my parents and I kind of made the decision on to do that course before I did it. And fair enough, you know, I was part of that decision. But after 3 years, I could not handle it anymore. And I went to my parents. It was at my parents' house and I was downstairs studying and I was like, this is not for me. I could not see myself doing this any longer. And I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to get their support. I thought long and hard about this. I went upstairs, walking, you know, one step at a time, scared out of my pants. You know, I was totally scared, fear, butterflies in my stomach, totally scared, going to my parents. What's their reaction going to be? Not going to be great, I can tell you that. So going up the stairs, going to them in their office, telling them, you know, I don't want to do this course anymore. I hate it. I don't want to do it. And the reaction was not great. They were so angry. My dad's veins was popping out, yelling. You could hear the sound vibrating off the walls. I was frozen in fear, defending myself, saying, I don't want to do this anymore, doing the best of my ability to explain why, seeking their support and wanting to speak to them about it. And well, it was more like a decision that I made and I wanted their support with it. I kept going and kept saying that this is what I wanted to do. They didn't want to have anything of it. So they wanted to disown me. My dad said, "You are not my son. You can go out on the street now and just go out. We don't want you here." All because I didn't want to finish my course. You're not my son anymore because you're not finishing this course. It's some sort of manipulation technique, to be honest, to say, do what I say, otherwise you're not my son. Well, that's great parenting, isn't it? They forced me to accept that I had to continue with it. I had to finish my course. Otherwise, I was out on the street. I didn't really have any option because I wasn't very independent. Didn't really have a job or didn't have any, income source and didn't have any life experience. I didn't know how to do anything. So I was totally dependent. And so I had no choice but to accept their demands and continue with my course. But I was totally, it just consolidated all the walls that I built in my childhood, all the emotional abuse that I had. It consolidated all of that, repressing my emotions. It just made it worse. Why would I share vulnerable things or my feelings or things that you could eventually yell at me for? Why would I say those things? So it really repressed my ability to share my emotions, my feelings, and to be vulnerable. It broke trust, significant trust. It made me not trust anyone. That was the gift in itself, to learn to trust again. Learning to trust as a human being was something that I lost, which I'm learning to regain. It was very painful. It was very painful to say, you are not my son anymore. To just say, well, look, you're not doing what I say. You have to do what I say. If you don't do what I say, you're out on the street. What kind of parenting is that? I mean, the biggest lesson is, if you're listening to this, don't listen to other people if they don't have your best interest at heart. If you're wanting to get support from someone and they're yelling at you, look for someone else. even if it is your parents. It's tough to get out of that, to learn to trust again. And being with someone like Morgan, my partner, learning to be vulnerable again is a challenge, and it's worth it. Stick to your guns. If you know that you want to do something in life and people around you don't support it, listen to what they have to say, but stick to it. Because what did the yelling actually do for me? Pretty much nothing, because I ended up quitting actuarial. I left that industry, I left that job, and I'm doing something completely different. I'm doing stuff that I wanted to do. I consistently went against their wishes. And after I made all the things, all the career changes that I did make, they said, yes, we encourage you. But that's only because I succeeded in them. They never encouraged me when I wanted to change. Don't listen to the naysayers, in that people who put you down or you want to do something, go do it. Regardless of what they say, go for it. And if you're a parent, don't yell at your kids. It's not really going to do anything. It's going to create some distance between you and your children. In the future, they're not going to want to talk to you anymore. And when you yell at your kids, you're creating like an authoritative position. You're not communicating out of mutual respect. So it doesn't create any kind of connection between you and your children. So why even do that? It doesn't help. That's my story. That's my heartbreaking, defining moment. So tomorrow I'll be sharing with you another story, another video. She's given me so much confidence in myself. I feel so supported. The love that I get from her, and feeling safe. And I will see you again.